Sup guys, this is Toriko chapter 286 review. No, whoa. Just when we thought that Toriko was done for, just when we thought that okay, almost half of his body was done for, that's it. Toriko is out. Someone is going to need to save him, right? He's going to need rescuing. Toriko is in some real trouble from facing Hercules, just as we thought that. You know, we see this revelation that Toriko does in fact have two demons, right? Two inner demons inside of him. And what's even more surprising is that that blue demon, right? That blue demon is powerful enough to not only punch through the Horse King Hercules, not the same air gush attack. Well, I'm not going to call it snap, but I'm going to call it an air gush attack where the Hercules just lets out his breath through his nostrils, and that's devastating by itself, so much so that it split Toriko's body in half. But so it punched through that and then went straight ahead to punch through Hercules' face, like right to the face, and he's like, oh, that's not attack, this is like a rodeo, let's have some fun. And I'm here reading it like, whoa, really? This is one of the 8 kings, and this dude oh man, this is one of the 8 kings, right? Hercules is undoubtedly strong. We saw how it decimated Toriko from just an air blast attack, and yet the blue demon inside of him is strong enough to do that to Hercules. And I have to say this off the gate, but in my opinion, the blue inner demon in Toriko is not phased in the slightest by Hercules, in my opinion, right? When Red Ogre went up to his inner dimension, and we saw like a hand pushing against a door, and we saw the normal red normal inner demon that Toriko that we've always seen, that we assumed was really the only inner demon in Toriko. When he came up to this other demon inside Toriko, and he's asking him, he's saying that he didn't want to come here, but he has no other choice, he has to do it, because if the main body dies, then they are both in trouble. And the blue demon is, are you sure? Do you think Toriko's body will hold out? So really, this blue demon is on some next level shit, right? And then we see the blue demon threaten the red demon in Toriko. So the red demon is even afraid of this thing, right? He's afraid of Toriko's inner blue demon. We see him get threatened, and he's like, well, I'm up for dessert, but I don't mind playing around with an ageless immortal horse. But he's not even going to even bother trying to eat in that thing. So right, and this is right after the inner red demon stated that Horse King Hercules is too much for me, I can't deal with it. And then this guy just leisurely saying like, oh, Hercules, or that that ageless immortal pack horse, yeah, that's what he calls him, pack horse, so that shows you how much he thinks of Hercules. He calls him a pack horse, and that he's not going to even bother try, he just wants to have some fun. So Toriko's inner blue demon isn't phased in the slightest by Hercules' presence, and we see that in the attack. So this inner demon in Toriko, this inner blue demon in Toriko, he's really on some next level shit. And I know that there are a couple of you who would be out there that saying, oh, this is an arse pull, this came out of the blue, but in fact it did not. Do your research, but these events were hinted in chapter 269 of Toriko, when Ichirayu found Toriko for the first time, him and Mansam, and Ichirayu stated that there's like, he feels that there's more than one inner demon inside Toriko that's waiting to gush out. That's one hint. And second hint is in chapter 272 when they were with Chi-Chi, that Nitra, and right before they left, after they were saying their goodbyes, Chi-Chi said, hey, wait up guys, I have something to tell you. And that flashback that was skipped is where it was shown in this chapter that he gave Toriko the cure water, and the clear water basically sent him to place the sequence of events of Turko's body regenerating back his right half, and then this also helped Toriko too. It was the fact that when Komatsu cooked the fruit of that air tree, I'm sure that Komatsu did it for Toriko, knowing that it will help Toriko in his fight against Hercules. Komatsu, with his knife, and that action that Komatsu did of cooking the air fruit tree, it piqued King Hercules' interest. So I sure know that regardless of this fight that goes on between Hercules and Toriko, when everything is said and done, King Hercules will have a much more complacent attitude towards Komatsu, because it realized that he was the one that cooked that prepared that air tree's fruit, and then it provided the food for Toriko to eat to, I guess, either level up his gourmet skills or give him the strength he needed so that the blue inner demon would be able to come out and fight Hercules instead. But I'm saying this, man, this inner blue demon, he's nowhere, he isn't phased by Hercules' presence at all, and we see him punch Hercules right to the face. Went through one of his attacks that initially blew Turko's body in half, went through that, punched him right in the face, and he's like, let's have some fun. So whoa, I mean Toriko is OP, man. He's on some next level shit. We haven't seen anything like this come close in relation to the other four kings. Toriko, from this arc, from the mere fact that he went into the gourmet world and left the other four kings behind in the human world, even though everybody got stronger, I'm sure, Toriko started to separate himself from the other members of the four heavenly kings by a lot. I sure know that none of them would be able to do what Toriko did against King Hercules in this chapter. Nowhere near that. So Toriko has two demons inside of him. A red regular inner demon and a blue inner demon that's supposedly, as we've seen him demonstrate, Haxed and OP. And the reason why the inner blue demon didn't show up before is because there's a slight possibility that Toriko won't be able to handle his power. So they have to wait for Toriko to be strong enough to be able to handle his power. But in this situation they had to take that chance because Toriko was in danger of being permanently killed. So because even in relation to Toriko's inner red demon, right, he awakened that emergence ability not very long ago. It was a year and a half ago when he fought Stardom. That was the first time that he awakened that ability, and even that awakening, the other 8 kings in the gourmet will sense that, and they sense Toriko's potential. So this is some real real deep shit. And whoa, this thing, the way how it dealt with Hercules and the way how he even talks about Hercules, is not phased in the slightest. So man, Toriko, man, it has your emotions up and down. It's crazy and I love it. So this chapter, in my opinion, is absolutely perfect. Loved it to the core, loved it very much. So that's it, that's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Sayonara.